Hello, this is a tutorial for patrol points and cover. Before we start, we should add a new layer, which is the navigation. Normally when you start the SDK, you can set up the navigation on a hidden layer. I wouldn't do this. There are some bugs that can make it pull out of that hidden layer, and then you're kind of stuck and you still need to move it to a new one, so it's also better for organization. So simply add a new one, call it nav in the layer list. It's on the bottom left. Click OK. Now that we made our nav, obviously for the patrol points to function, we need to generate nav. To do this, we simply go to navigation, and before you do anything, make sure you're in the nav layer. Simply to see if you're in the nav layer, there are 4 squares around the nav tile. So now I'm in primary. Don't do this, just go to nav. Once we're in nav, we can hold Control and then right click and up. If we put up 3 pieces, it will generate a 1 tile. If we put 1 more, it should be a almost perfect square. There you go. Now, normally if you start doing this on the top right, all of them are probably on. I suggest to only use one, the vertex, the edge. Don't enable everything. Like you're gonna get issues, like you're gonna be grabbing everything and move around. Just do it one by one. I mean, if you go here, you simply disable this one, and so on and so forth. So currently I have vertex mode enabled, and simply drag to the side of the map. It will normally auto snap. Normally, it should. So we're gonna go put it like perfectly on the side. There we go. Now, because of this layer, like where we're in, we're gonna save now. If we can like disable it whenever we feel like, obviously, but we can keep it enabled because when we go back to scene, if we put patrol points, it should always be in primary. Why? Most all patrol points and cover points need to be in one layer, but it doesn't need to be specifically on nav. Nav can be individual. Alright. After this, you simply get patrol point in the entity list. So patrol. And then you add them all in one by one. Now normally they add all these links automatically. If they don't, I'll just remove this one. So every time something is linked, just clear this one. The first one in the list is the one where you're going to. So AI point link 0. The first one you go to is the patrol point 01. That's this one. And the ending point should always be completely empty, as far as I know. There should be like no ending point, because it's the end. If you somehow make it a circle, it will give you an error on the console log and it won't work. So I'll never do that. Also, don't like link them like this. Simply do it this way. As well, 2 patrol points don't work. You would think it does, but if you link them and you wanna repeat the patrol point, he will be stuck on the first one he meets. Uh, don't ask me why. It's just how it is apparently. So we're gonna like add one more, and then we're gonna complete the circle. So the next one should be back to 0. There you go. We'll put it a bit further. Now, before you do anything, we should put this on the AI map itself. If it's red, it's not on the navigation map. Uh, why is this important? If by any means your patrol point is above the nav, it won't work. He will just get an error and not move around. To do this, you simply go to properties, sorry, properties, and you type in AI. There is a checkbox which says must be on AI map. Once you enable that, normally, oh wait, before we do that, it's not valid because we didn't generate the nav yet. So we're just gonna do this really quick. We say yes, and we say no. There you go. Now it should work. There we go. And enable again. When the flags turn green, they're perfectly on the AI map, so it should be doable. Now, how do you make him patrol towards those points? We simply highlight him, like the NPC that's supposed to patrol. We go to highlighted. We open his visual scope, so visual script scope. And to do this, you simply type in patrol, and there should be play patrol pad. Now the play patrol pad, you have a lot of options here. Like we can ask him to rush, do whatever he needs to do, match exactly the goal, can move, avoid, rotate, whatever it needs to be. Now, what you want to do is when the game starts, so we simply want him to instantly take the patrol point, and then the target is obviously the enemy. The start point should be the starting patrol point, which is patrol 0. So we go patrol point 0, and then start point. Now if we save this and we go in the game, he should take that route. But we maybe want him to walk a bit. Should be somewhere. Like mostly strapped. We don't want him to move around with a gun. Just run slowly. Good enough actually. And then let's take a look. Now obviously he will stop here because the patrol point doesn't repeat. But it works. Now if you want the patrol point to repeat, you simply redo this with, for example, a delay. A delay is like a timer. It's really what it is. And we can do, if you play the patrol pad, so we're gonna go over this, so the game starts, it's the event, we activate the patrol pad, and then he does what he needs to do. Now, to repeat this, we simply do, if he finishes, we start the logic delay. It can be 0.5, almost for instantly moving to the next point. And then when he's out, basically we reactivate it, and then oh that's really it, I think. So every time he finishes, he starts 0.5 seconds. The this is the out, so the output, and he reactivates the patrol pad. So we'll save that. We'll take a look. And he keeps doing that. Now there is one issue. He won't ever stop. There is like the timer doesn't ever stop because we can constantly reactivate. Things like that can be different. Like you can, for example, you keep repeating it, but you can, if he finds a threat, like these are things that you need to figure out yourself a bit. When to deactivate this, like it could be you want to do it until a certain hour, time, and then you simply go game time event. Time event is simply an event that starts at the time in game. So what we could do is simply say at 1 p.m. Like we deactivate the loop. The loop is the constant restart that he's doing. So we can simply go deactivate. Now we can add a new time. So, but add, for example, 13:30. We want him to repeat the cycle, so we can simply click activate again. So what he does now, he stops when it's 1 p.m. and then he starts doing the patrol again at 13:30. But so it reactivates then the patrol pad. So when that happens, we just reactivate it. There we go. And to test this, we simply are gonna go in here. Normally there's time of day, so day start, day duration. Maybe you make it super fast. Maybe something like this. And then here we go 12:45. So let's see. So when it's 1, it stops. When it's half 2, it starts patrol. He starts patrolling again. So we'll take a look. He goes patrolling. It's now 1. Okay. And now normally he stops for some time. We'll take a look again. We'll go forward now. 13:20. So when it's 13:30, he goes again. What? 13:30. And he keeps repeating this as long as he can. You can also add like maybe this is the best way. So threat. What this does basically is when the NPC has a threat, by any means. He he you could deactivate the patrol pad. At the same time, you can deactivate the logic delay. So what I would do is make him instantly stop when there is any threat nearby, like an enemy, for example, or when he gets shot at. So he stops patrolling. Else he keeps doing it, which you don't want probably. The only thing you still need to set is the target, which is all the way at the top. So there we go. That's how to simply patrol and repeat it as long as you want. Now, for cover, you simply add them in, but first we're gonna move everything a bit. You're probably wondering why I'm doing this. It's because we're gonna try to link patrols as well, so if you have any navigation, this one is perfectly connected, but in some ways, in some instances, it could be like this. I'll show you real quick. Go to layers, we go back inside the nav layer, navigation. So it could be like this, and it could be because there's maybe a door in the middle, there's a river in between, something you can't really put nav on, or something that could kill the NPC, and we're gonna use cover to make him jump from one side to the other, and at the same time being able to use it as well. So we'll do both things at once. So to do this, basically we do this. We then go back to primary, and we go back to the scene. Now here's the patrol point. So what I'll try to do with this is make him move to the other side, and then play the patrol point, or maybe just this way. Now, how do you add any cover? You simply go back to the entity list, cover, and you should see cover right here. Now, you simply add it like this, and like this. As you can see, they're both red. They have no properties set yet. You need to add some context on how to set the cover itself. So you select the cover. This is the first one. It's a type, probably just human. So human. At the same time, must be on AI map, like always. And here as well. This one is human. Now to link these, it's not like the flags, like now the medic. So we need to select both covers, and then simply create a link between both. Listen, but that is only one way, because because you selected this one, we selected this one first, and then this one. To select the other way around, we need to do it this way. So we highlight cover 1, cover 2, then we simply create a link again. So what this does is if he has to be here as well, instead of there, if he's already there, he'll take the jump back. Now what we still need to do is add an animation to it, which is like a move action, which you can find over here. The move action, this is very important, always needs to be in the jump map. If you take any other animation that's not in the jump map, he will be stuck and not do anything, which is very annoying. But if you find an animation you like, you can simply go to the folder or in the game. So here, you can simply go to Content, Motions, and then find the jump one. I don't know where it is. Wait, human first view jump. So you go human first view jump. So if you find any animation you like in the motion section, simply copy paste them in here as well. So you can use them as a motion to jump from cover to cover. It could be something stupid, but I found some cool animations that actually fitted but aren't available. So now we go back to the jump folder. Jump. Okay, jump. So let's see, we have a ton of animations. It takes a while to find a decent one. I guess jump over maybe, good enough. Now when you do this, it will give you the length of the animation, which is supposedly this. This would fit perfectly, but if you really want to break it a bit, you can just be like, nope, and we're gonna move this all the way back. And then for the second one, which is the second link, we can do the same. So we can go like, hell yeah, and he'll do the same thing again, and then you say nope. And we simply move them into position. This is perfectly usable, but it will look funky. You should pretty much use the distance the cover gives you when you select the animation, because that looks way better. But like, this is an absurd example. Obviously, like, really stupid. Now, because of this, okay, so we'll start. We're gonna open the VS editor. So he's doing the patrol path, which is at 1, and then he does it when there's a threat. So we'll take a look. $13. Let's just say I mean, and in the meantime we don't want him to stop at the moment, so we can just like deactivate it. Good enough. So when we would start, he normally should take the first cover here and then jump over here with like the most stupid animation ever, and then do the patrol. So let's see, obviously recalculate. Yeah, like, it's gonna be kind of stupid. And then he does the patrol. Obviously you should never, like, this is an absurd example, like, but you can see it works. He'll jump from one side to the other with that specific animation. So to add normal card, the best way is to just simply start like putting random things from the entity list. So you have cover here, you can simply say cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, and so on. Here's the important bit. To use individual pieces, you should never link them, and the reason for that is that linked covers are different than normal covers. Just like I probably said before, there is a link cover. It's used to use a cover pad. So it can be either used to jump from one side to the other, or it can be used to jump from 1, 2, 3, and so forward during a fight. Now, for individual cover, you you can't use a normal human type that because then it's not linked, so it's automatically ignored. If you want to use individual ones, you simply use human combat. So you have one here, type of cover, human combat, one here. That's really it. Then you select them all and you just put them on the AI map. And don't forget to use the combat actions, how you can use it, left, right, doesn't matter, whatever you want to do with it. For human combat contacts, I keep it invalid. He can use it whatever he likes, there's no state. The only requirement is that he has to be in combat, obviously. There is one issue I noticed with the AI. They don't like to automatically use cover unless they're injured, which I think is personally stupid, because they're probably dead before they take cover. Unless there's like 10 of them and one gets killed and the other 2 starts moving into cover, then it's probably better. But as an individual NPC, he will probably not take cover and only do it when he's in like a critical condition. I'll try to show you, like, let's see. So we simply do this, and I shoot, he'll probably ignore it. There you go. Like, we're not gonna use that at the moment. Ignore this for a bit. So we'll try again. So he won't take it. He will completely ignore it and attack me. Unless you really injure him like a lot, he will eventually. If you shoot him right and he's really injured, he will take that cover.
Бачу противника. На, тримай!
And now he takes it. But most of the time he won't. He will completely ignore it. To get over this issue, you need to force him to take the cover. So one way by doing that, I'm gonna leave this one out for a minute. We can simply use the take cover note, which you can find in the list of things you can give to someone. So you have take cover here. So if you have this one, take cover. The point can be probably. Let's see. Well, let's say we want to give him like he goes to cover 3, so we'll take cover 3 as a reference. That's his point, and the target obviously is our guy here. So when he's in Uber mode, which means this is an event, so it automatically fires like last time. Like with the patrol pad, when we shoot, you'll stop patrolling and go into engagement mode, because we deactivate the timer and the patrol pad the moment that happens. Now, when he's Uber, we want him to instantly take cover, so we activate this. And then we can say, for example, just keep force cover, so he'll never get out of it. And like small things like this make them like more effective, because most of the time they're really retarded. So let's see, we start and we shoot in the air.
Капець
He'll
тобі!
normally instantly like take the cover.
Бачу його!
There he goes. You run to it. Now he's standing next to the thing. Fantasy cover. There's no hole. And he'll stay there forever since we forced him. You can also just say to not do that, and he'll automatically move from point to point, which is probably better. Now that's for normal cover, like not that effective. Better to use a script to force him a bit. He'll get better behavior over it. Now to link covers, we need to use the same type as this one, but they need to be on the same nef node, so they can be apart. So what you do basically, you take both, you highlight both, you then create a link, and these can be combat. This will not work in at all. So you select both, and they need to be just human. Now, to make these function, the move action should be used. And it can be anything. This probably will be out of sync, or he moves a complete direction. Like I'm currently not gonna waste time looking for an animation that fits. But this one is linked. Now again, he won't take the cover unless like if there were more NPCs or more cover. Unless someone dies or is in critically injured, he won't take it. He will leave it out. So the best way to do this is, instead of forcing him to take cover this way, we can simply just delete this and go for cover, pat. So cover, pat, should be somewhere. Here it is. Play cover pad. What this does, it plays the linked one. So he will take the cover and then move to the next one whenever he sees fit, obviously. So when he is in critical alert, the target is obviously our guy. And then the from and to is very important. He can fast switch, fast callback. Like I don't know what these do, but I like the sound of that. Like so, from this to this. Now you still need to add an action. Mostly this is for when he gets there, taking the cover part. But I mean that's your choice. I'm not gonna, as I said, not gonna look for animations to fit this. So now we have this one. We'll delete this one for now. Need to look from cover 2 to cover 3. So cover 2, which is the from part. So we go from cover 2 to cover 3. So when he is in alert mode and he sees a threat, he'll play the cover thing and he goes from cover 2 to cover 3. So let's see if it works. Yes.
Ну все, ти ускочив. Оно він.
There he goes. He takes it and then he instantly
От
moves.
покидьок.
and he moves back behind the other cover. He'll switch between both of them constantly as much as he sees fit. That's really it for the cover and patrol path. There probably are some errors. I'm learning myself, so don't take everything. Take everything with a grain of salt. In the meantime, I mean, this should help you further with developing your map.